was the one that everyone enjoyed.
Yeah.
More than anything
Oh
else.
yeah, those costumes were really light. They were super chill. Yeah, very breathable fabric as well. I don't remember getting sweaty underneath that at all.
I think the one at the Frost Fair,
Yeah.
I think, was extraordinary because it was such an incredible set.
The set was magical, wasn't it?
So to go onto that set every day, and also to be dressed in those.
It was so fun. Yeah, the period costume.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't like the day where we had the raw meat. I remember that. I was like, oh. It has to stay on set for quite a while. I don't know if that actually made it into the final episode. There was like a heart and a sheep's liver, or I mean, what?
Yes.
Vegans, you close your ears, you know what I mean?
I think it was cut from the program.
Oh, well, I mean.
Thank you so much.
B vitamins for vitality. That's good to know, actually. Often lacking in vitamin B, so thank you.
Okay, we have Rosie over here. No, you don't have to taste it on stage because nobody wants to see people's faces after they've eaten that stuff. It's an intriguing thing. This is Rosie.
Actually, the knack is that you actually split it really, you do it really thin instead of really thick, because everyone just does this big, huge tablespoon, you're not supposed to do it that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
You're telling them secrets.
season, and we need to find out, how did that feel, and when it came to the end, did you feel ready to move on from the role?
Well, good questions. Yeah, I did, because I knew. Well, they were all. It was all changing hands at the end of the season. So, but it was. I mean, it was still emotional at the end. It always is, isn't it? I mean, we had such a lovely time. So, it was emotional to leave. But I feel like she's still out there somewhere. So, never say never.
And I guess it is also a tough question to ask you, somebody Peter, who has loved the Doctor since you were a child. How difficult is it to hang up the costume?
Well, it's I still slip into it. I've got it in my hotel room right now. I feel a bit I might slip into the old jacket. I don't know, it's tough because you also leave behind, a lot of people that you love and friends that you've worked with, and it's an extraordinary experience. But you can't. There also comes a time to move on.
It does indeed. And unfortunately for us, we have now come to that particular time. I'm very sorry. You have been an amazing audience, but more importantly, these guys have been amazing guests. I want you to go completely.
Anyway, we are at the is over. I mean, I've been to this place before. Now, if y'all saw pictures, on my 50th birthday, I shaved my head, right? Because I don't always have this Republican-looking hair. Underneath, this is fake, right? It's real hair, but it's a fake color. I'm totally gray, okay? I'm white. Yeah, like you, bro. Except that's fake, isn't it? A little fake, yeah. Liar.
I didn't understand the word you just said.
Yep. You look lovely today.
Thank you very much.
You had a wash.
Very jet lagged. It's alright. I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth today, so good luck, everyone.
Do you remember that line? You look lovely today, have you had a wash? My mother phoned me after that and said if anyone said that to me, I'd slap them. How can Clara put up with that level of...
Oh, that was one of the doctor's lines,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. I think it's brilliant because it's exactly what Matt Smith's doctor would never have done. And I love the fact that he kind of doesn't even realise she's a girl. I mean, she could be strapped to the doctor. He's got, you know, gender, age. It's basically human, alien. That's kind of the categories that he deals in.
It's a wonderful, we're seeing a wonderful evolution with season 8 so far. Every episode there's another little block added to the...
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say, like, in the first episode when you were, like, standing there saying, you know, if he's still the doctor, he'll always have my back. I cried. You were just so brilliant. It was amazing acting. I cried. Because I wanted him to have your back. And also my question is, were you warned about, like, how different Peter would be compared to Matt? Like, were you warned how he would just be so crass too?
So what, sorry?
Like crass, he was really crass and really like a little bit rude, but were you pre-warned that he was going to be like that? Or?
No, because Peter is nothing like that in real life. Like, seriously, I don't know if anybody watches The Thick of It and Malcolm took it, like, he could not be further away from that and more generous and lovely. So it's quite funny. I really wish they'd release some outtakes because you'd see such a difference in our relationship between what's on screen and what's off screen. Because he's so warm off screen, and then we have too much fun. And because the way his doctor, the way he wants the 12th Doctor to be, we need to have this remove, and also the fact that they're still getting to know each other. They don't know each other as well yet. So we have to physically remove ourselves from each other and go sit at opposite ends of the set so we don't distract each other too much.
Is that how you prepare?
We prepare by ignoring each other.
Thank you very much. Next, please.
Hi, Jenna. I was wondering, how has Peter Capaldi coming in changed the vibe of the Doctor Who sets, would you say?
Do you know what? It just feels like a different show. I get asked that question a lot between how is it different between Matt and Peter, and it's really difficult to answer because they're each their own thing, and it's, you know, the tone of the show is very different. The way Peter works to Matt is very, very different. Our working relationships as well. So I'm really lucky in that they are both massively fearless and inventive and lovely and really generous actors to work with. So they've got that in similarity, but the energies are very different. So I suppose it's that really, but it just, from day one really it felt like, okay, this is a new show, we're making a new thing here with all the history that we've had, but this is something new. And especially because we had Ben Wheatley directing the first episode as well. So the whole show had quite a different feel, I think.
Hi.
Hello, I look like you're all sat on the floor.
Yeah, they are. Let's just sit down. Other than the Doctors you've been on screen with, have you met any of the other actors that have played the Doctor?
I have, yeah, because there's so many celebrations for the 50th anniversary. So Peter Davidson is on set quite a lot and comes and does interviews and things like that. Tom Baker, of course. We came in to watch his scene with Matt being filmed, me and Stephen Moffat.
Apparently Tom loved it when you turned up, did he not?
So Stephen says, yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he does.
What was it like, I mean, when you got the script for the 50th anniversary and you were told John Hurt is going to be a doctor? Were you blown away by that?
Yeah, but it's what always happens with the doctors. If you have that moment of being like kind of blown away and then realising, of course, like that totally makes sense casting-wise. It's the same as what happened with Peter as well.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm obviously a Doctor Who fan, but I actually just wanted to know about your experience filming on Captain America.
I think I had about 5 or 6 days filming. It was quite brief, but it was huge. I mean, the set was like the size of this room. There was quite a lot of green screen. It's very similar to Doctor Who actually, but I'd say the sets were just on probably a larger scale.
Doctor Who is it's like shooting a movie now, isn't it? The process
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, so it was a lot of green screen as well.
Hi. First of all, I just want to say thanks for coming down, because I'm sure you can tell we're all a bit starstruck because it's so lovely to have you.
Part, and I was like, great, which one? Because I'd gone in and played like these different characters, so I still had no idea until the producer then had to phone to explain what was going to happen with the story.
Now, Peter says he was filming Musketeers when he found out that he got the part of the Doctor, and said trying to suppress his smile was almost impossible. Can you remember what you were doing when you were called to say you were going to be the new companion?
Yes, I was grocery shopping. Glamour. I was grocery shopping and I was literally holding an avocado. And then I got the call. So it was the really weird thing that I just didn't know what to do with the avocado. I was kind of frozen for a moment of thinking, I physically can't carry on picking what's for tea. So I just had to put the avocado back and just like leave the store. And I didn't know where I was going, but I just kept walking. But then it's scary because you also get the paranoia of, you get told this is secret and there's nobody can find out. So you're walking and you're on the phone and then you start to get really paranoid, like looking over your shoulder and phone my mum like, I've got that part. But trying to not shout and scream basically.
Wonderful. Thatch up there.
Hi there, Jenna. Welcome to Melbourne.
Thank you.
You've actually preempted my question a little bit. I was going to ask you which variations of Clara you most enjoyed playing, and particularly when you first played the Oswald Dalek and then the nanny Clara. How did you find them settling into the main character?
Well, it's interesting because Oswald was the first script that I had before I'd read anything of Clara, the modern day Clara or the Victorian Clara. So we filmed so out of sequence, and also I remember Matt because Karen and Arthur were still filming at the time, obviously with Asylum of the Dalek. So they were off on another unit. So my whole episode of Asylum, I was just talking to a green circle. So Matt was never there for any of it. And we had Steve, our script supervisor, reading in the Dalek lines and reading in the Doctor. So he came to set so we could run it a bit. But I'd love Oswald to come back. I really enjoyed playing that part. And the same, I think it's great that she gets to pop up in these different incarnations, and it's a really interesting idea of take the same essence of a person and pop her in any planet, space or time, and what would she turn out like? But in essence, she's got the same, it's Clara running through it all.
Thank you.
Have you seen the YouTube footage of the compilation of fans watching Matt's final minutes?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, you must. It's just streams of people weeping.
Really?
Absolutely weeping. And I was watching that on my own, thank God, because you're line to, I'm going now.
Stay strong.
Final line, but don't go, and just as it changes, that's when I just howled. And you should watch it because it's very moving that you see such love from fans like this in a brilliantly acted and touching scene.
Yeah.
Was the emotion, was it an emotional thing for you to do that final scene?
Oh my goodness, it really was. And it's funny because we've been trying to avoid that day for ages, and it's that looming thing of, you know that scene's coming and you don't want to do it because you know it's the goodbye and you kind of don't want to get there. But as well, it's really, like the whole day, the energy on the set is very, very strange because it's the weird conflicting thing of you're feeling so sad that you're losing, you know, a wonderful character of the 11th Doctor and Matt and your friend on set and all these things, but at the same time, Peter walks on set and does this, seriously, they need to release some outtakes of what he did that day. Totally barking mad. And I was literally just like mouth open, staring at him, incredibly excited about that next part of the journey and becoming friends with Peter and seeing what he was going to do. So you've got such extreme emotions of both things at the same time that it's really hard to describe actually, because you're incredibly excited but also really, really sad as well.
Matt,
it was a strange day.
We saw on the DVD extra Matt actually cracking.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, and you kind of see how far-reaching it is to so many people across the world, and that's. I think it's a really humbling thing to be involved with, because when you go to work every day and you focus on trying to make the scenes good and do the work, you forget how far it goes. So I think that bit is always a very, very humbling thing. I think.
Did you find the reception that you got doing the world tour similar to this?
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously, there's just something universal about it. I think that there's a similar energy and enthusiasm that you're met with, which just seems to be common to Who fans that you get in every country that we went to on the tour. And it's just, I mean, it's wonderful.
Next question, please.
Hello, Jenna.
Hello.
What types of skills do you think you've acquired or developed through your unique experience in Doctor Who? Stories, changing cast, trying different characters?
I can say Doctor in infinite ways. I suppose, you know what, things like, I always remember noticing my first few weeks, things like simple things like green screen that I'd never really done much of before. Like, there was a scene that me and Peter had coming up where you have to react like you're scared for your life with some wolves. I hope that's not a spoiler. And actually, you know, you just got a first assistant director like holding a tennis ball swinging on a stick. And that's the reality of it, and actually create, like, you know, trying to create a truthful story, but really you're just staring at a tennis ball. So it's a technical show in so many ways. But I think my favourite thing actually is just having the length of time to really develop a relationship with another person on set, and you know, and all the stuff in the TARDIS, and it becomes your home, and it's that stuff which is all my favourite stuff. But yeah, there's a massive technical aspect which I think I've acquired, I hope.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you.
You've got an amazing skill of being able to cry. How can you control that sort of emotion? By the sort of little drops in your eyes?
No, do you know what? It doesn't work for me at all. To be honest, it's because the scripts are so. When the scripts are really good, all of that stuff just becomes easy when you've got good scripts. Which I think is scarier.
And once again, Clara is responsible for the Doctor being who and what he is. Because whispering into his ear, you know, never cowardly, never that great Day of the Doctor moment, and as you said, relived in the barn.
We call these the Moffat loops on set.
On the internet already.
Hi, I wanted to say I love you.
And don't we all?
God, I have so many questions. I'll try and keep it short. Clara is my favourite companion, and well done. And I just wanted to ask you who your favourite companion is, like from the whole 50, well, nearly 51 years now.
I loved Karen Gillan and Catherine Tate.
What are the gingers?
Say again?
What are the gingers?
I like the gingers.
Amy's my second favourite, so you only just one.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
He didn't know.
He didn't find out, no.
Are they aware what Doctor Who is?
Yeah.
You're joking?
No. Melody, River Song was a huge twist. Do you know what? My personal favourite one was the Osmond Dalek twist. When I read that bit, and the fact that she actually was a Dalek, I thought that was a brilliant twist. That was probably my favourite. Thank you.
Do you, or Peter especially, if you get a new script and you think, oh, not another new monster, can't we have somebody old school like a Croton or a Dominator? Bring back Sergeant Benton. Somebody, they can't last forever, they're getting old.
Are you saying you like the old, you want more of the old ones, or you want more new ones?
Just bring it back a few old ones occasionally.
Okay, I'll jot them down and pass on a message.
Hello, Stephen.
Speed dial.
Thanks. Tell him to what off? Okay.
Hello. Thank you. My second trip in a few months, yes.
I was wondering, while you were filming the scenes with all four doctors who come back and the 50th special, what was that like having him there with the other doctors and things like that?
Me and Stephen used to really laugh because me and Stephen were both really excited about having them all on set, and also we thought there'd be a certain amount of kind of having to whenever I spoke to David for like 5 minutes, I'd have to go and make sure I spent 10 minutes talking to Matt as well, just to make sure everybody felt, But actually, what ended up happening about 2 days in is this like little doctor speak gang happened, where it was like, the three doctors would kind of, I won't go into details, but went into this doctor speak. It's great. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to see them, because I think there's a kind of energy of playing the Doctor and being so mercurial, and then having three bouncing against each other. It was really fun to watch.
Next, please.
Hello, fellow time traveller.
Oh, hello.
Oh, God.
It's been great.
Now that's strange because I thought men in white coats would come to take you away. It's not what the other way around.
Hello. How does it feel to be one of the 10 companions to travel with 2 doctors?
Ace. It's great. It's the most amazing thing about the show, the fact that you can bring in these brilliant actors and see each actor have their take on this really iconic part. So, to be, I feel like I've learned so much having to work with Matt and Peter in a great way. It's been such a privilege to be able to work with them both, and they both bring such different things, and they're both such